What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today I'm going to be bringing you another EDC Walk and Talk. What are we getting into today? Today I wanted to talk about the knife industry as a whole. What I mean specifically is where we're at with things such as new releases and that it feels like we're in a little bit of a lull. What I mean by that is you do have sprint releases or limited edition releases that are coming out, like the Giant Mouse Ace Grand, which is coming in with the River Edge exclusive variant here. You got the black wash blade, black wash hardware, smooth burlap micarta. Really great knife, and I'm actually late to the game picking one of these up, and I am really loving this knife and enjoying it a great deal. But it's really just a limited run of a pre-existing knife, a good knife, a great knife in my opinion, but it's a little bit of a limited run, and I think you can kind of get where I'm coming from here. It seems like some manufacturers are releasing new models, things that are exciting, and for us in the knife community, something for us to get excited about, a brand new model that is fresh. It may be reminiscent of a different model, but it's not that same model just reinvented, right? It's a different blade shape than the Kojin. It doesn't have the hammerhead going all the way through. It just has it down at the bottom with the scalloped section here for the finger, so you have that finger guard. And yeah, it's another button lock, but this is a nice under $50, extremely well built, really good steel, really good performance and materials for $50. Something to get excited about. We've kind of had a limited exposure to that. And another one here that came out in the last few months is the Tactile, a very premium, affordable access lock knife with titanium handles, large in size, feels really good in hand, LMAX steel, right? That's really exciting. It came with two different Omega springs. If you like the lighter detent, which is still currently in here, I still need to swap out to the heavier detent. That's awesome, right? It gives you a multitude of options of what you can actually use for your tension on that Omega spring. Really exciting knife. And then again, you still have the same knives coming from other manufacturers coming out in exciting steels, but it is still kind of the same knife. And I know for a lot of people, you're probably still chasing the Shaman, so it's good that they're still making it, but not too much new and exciting coming out from the manufacturers. And I really think that they probably either rush at the beginning of the year to get them out and try to get your dollars fast and early in the year, and then kind of slow down a little bit. And I think what we're going to see happening as we gear up and ramp up towards the holidays, you'll see some manufacturers trying to get new product out to again entice us to spend our money with that manufacturer, the one that you want to choose with. So that's where I think that it's important where the small manufacturers, even though this is a Bestech made knife, but like the TW Price Dawn, very exciting, a fresh design, fresh features on it that are very interesting, really a thin and slicey knife, so a great EDC option, and again very premium at a very reasonable price. It has the fullers for deployment and front flipper for deployment, so very different fidget friendly features that are on this knife that are very exciting. The problem though with the limited run designer backed knives that are made by manufacturers that we know is they're kind of hard to get, right? Myself, I missed out on the Nimble X. I really wanted to experience it, let alone get my own version, and I've missed out quite a few times. So I got confirmation when I did the order for the Nimble X for the when the drop came in on the extras, and then I got emailed 3 days later telling me that it shouldn't have accepted it, and I actually didn't get one, which was a bummer. A couple of people that I know have been selling theirs, and I kind of missed out, too late, too slow, or there are other circumstances. So really hard to get those limited run type knives, just like the Vero. If you're familiar with Vero and you ever try to get a Vero, those are tough to get. They're always limited quantity runs, just like a sprint, right? Just it was, if you slept on it, you didn't get this grand. I think St. Nick Knives, they had one as well, and that one went quick. I completely forgot about it, signed on too late. That was my fault, and I missed out on that one. The Demco, the Knife Center exclusive Demco, and the 3V with the titanium that had the, nicer looking pivot. I mean, it's a pivot, but it was nicer looking because it had the Demco branding on it, and it very much resembled the machine ground or the custom variants that had the same branded pivot on it that I liked. Missed out on that. I hemmed and hawed and decided just to get the 3V because I kind of wanted to build it my own way. But that one went pretty quickly, and I think that was still also a fair price considering what you were getting for the money. Now, a manufacturer that I really like is Tactile Knife. I kind of really like their model. They drop once a week. I don't know what the run number is on the number of knives that they run, but they're, every week they've committed to making the knife and coming back into production. And I picked up the Bear first, and then I liked the Rockwall, but I wanted to kind of see what they were going to do. And I'm glad I waited because I really love this golf ball pattern. I think this is a really nice gentleman's knife, and it's chunky enough to where it actually feels good in hand, but it's definitely very slender. This feels like an office carry, companion carry, gents carry. If you're going to a steakhouse, this might be something you actually could realistically, I know people say that and it sounds ridiculous, but you could break this out, cut up your steak with this and have some fun with your knife and draw some looks, just something fun like that. But you could take this out and about, and I think it's good looking enough to where it's very unassuming and not very intimidating versus like if you brought like your bug out and you flip that out. I mean, the hardware, the access lock, I mean, I do believe the titanium makes this look nicer. But when you're comparing it to the Rockwall, I think the Rockwall has a more gentlemanly aesthetic to it. But back to my point, I like the fact that they've committed to dropping every Friday. The supply and the stock may not last as long, but it is coming and it is available. And I love the fact that Tactile is doing these knives because I think, like they do with their pins, they have the full size, they have the mini, they have the short, they have the side click, they have the bolt action, they have a bunch of different variants. Now, if they make a larger version of this and make it a little bit taller while making it a little bit longer, I would be all over that. I'm thinking like X-Towel sized Rockwall with these limited patterns or seasonal coloring and things like that. I mean, that would be sick. I think that would probably sell even harder than the current version of this one, which I like this. This is going to be a nice gentleman carry, office carry type knife. That I really like. It's really well done, and I love the fact that they're dropping them every Friday. Wow, that dropped really hard on my finger. That's the only complaint. I'm not going to get into that because the review will be coming for this, so I will save it for that, but I probably just gave you a little bit of hint by saying something. But I love the fact that they're doing that, and I would like to see a combination of things in between the lulls. So I think it would be cool if they want to do that, new models of the year, getting people excited. People are getting, money or gift cards for Christmas and they want to hit the new models, then that's fine. I say do that. Then what I think you need to do, if you want to save your new models and excitement for the latter half of the year as we wind down towards the holidays and you want to entice people to spend money, that's where I think you dedicate your time and effort towards your sprint runs. I think some models just pump out models all year long in hopes that something sticks, like just throw it to the wall and let it stick. And some of those models are very cool. Like, I know that we're not even close to the holidays, but the Sachis, like the budget brand button lock, or the budget brands throwing their stuff out in the lulls of when the big brands aren't really running or throwing much out there, is kind of neat. But make sure it's your best effort. Don't just throw stuff out just to throw stuff out and see what sticks. I say throw your best out when the big brands are in their lull and they're not really running anything new. And I think the big brands, when that's happening, that's when you can run a bunch of sprints. And I don't mean like high volume, and I know that this is a sore subject and I'm not trying to get into that today, but what I'm saying is get with a bunch of different vendors and throw them all out there at the same time. Maybe you want the micarta with the black, maybe you want the red G10 with the black, you know what I'm saying? Like, just throw them out to that particular vendor for the exclusives and do them all at once. Start working on those early enough to get them out during the summer lull. But I'm just curious what you're thinking. Do you agree? Do you feel like we're in a bit of a lull and you kind of realize that, you know, some manufacturers, and I probably say like the budget brands are the ones that are notorious for doing it, are just throwing stuff out all year long, and they'll throw you like their best effort in a grouping of like 10 knives, and then you got these other 9 knives that have kind of some cool factor to them, or maybe they just completely missed for you, and then you have like the one and you're like, oh man, I'm getting that. That is an awesome knife. I want that so bad. I feel like that's what they kind of do, is like they throw one in with like a handful of other knives in hopes that maybe you have the urge so bad to get something new that there might be something extra in there that you want, or it's really geared towards somebody that has that unique taste for that particular style. Anyway, thanks for tuning in with me today. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, leave a like. If you liked the video, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you follow along. If you're interested in any of this stuff, I leave links down in the description for any of the knives that I do in my reviews. And always, I have the tools, recommended knives, coming soon knives, new arrival knife links in the actual links down below. I have a discount code to White Mountain Knives to help you save a little bit of money. I don't have an affiliate link with them, but I did want to get some codes, or try to start getting some codes to try to help you all save money. Any of the Amazon links actually do help. They will give me a little bit of a kickback, which does go towards the channel, towards giving away knives and review knives. Thanks again for the support. I appreciate it. Give me a follow over on Instagram if you enjoy this type of content and you like seeing like daily pocket checks, pocket dumps. I do that over there as well. I hope all of you have a fantastic week, and until next time, peace.